Morning guys, so probably going to be a bit shorter today. I haven't gotten even nearly started really. It's what time we are? Guys, 3:15. I'm only having chicken and chips today. There's no big dinner, even though it's supposed to be Yorkshire pudding day or whatever. As Gordon Ramsay was saying on Twitter, as was pointed out to me by Ram Francis. His mix is slightly different from mine, I checked. He doesn't use quite as much flour. But his eggs and milk are exactly the same. But yeah, so what's been happening to me this week? Biggest pain in the backside I've had was, I can't remember what night it was. Now I've been away, did another stint on the south coast, Hastings, which obviously is the biggest pain about that this time was that we went down to do it all in one shot basically and come back, and the biggest pain about it was that on the A21, which is like, that runs basically off the bottom of the M25 all the way to Hastings, and near the top of it was some roadworks, and we didn't know the area well enough to really and we didn't have a chance to really sort of sit and rework our route or anything like that. So basically we followed the diversion. That diversion was absolutely bloody ridiculous. It added about half an hour to the journey, and what was even more annoying was when it brought you straight back onto the A21 after it had kicked you off. It turns out that distance was only about 4 or 5 miles that was actually closed off. Absolutely ridiculous. So we reworked our route on the way back and made it a fair bit quicker. And because it routed us through some sort of Yakabakavaram, the hills have eyes country, we got to see some nightlife and that, which was actually quite nice. I mean, there was loads of rabbits, which I see plenty of them around here, but we saw about 3 or 4 foxes, and some of them were urban actually. We saw one we were going through Battle, I think, at the time, which is obviously just where the battle took place. But yeah, it just ran across the road in the middle of the town. This would be about, I don't know, 2, 3 in the morning, something like that, I'm not sure. And then we saw, what was it, we'd come out of there, and right on the roadside, I thought it was just something blowing attached to the trees, because we were on this very tree covered road, and it was a stag deer with all his antlers on and everything. It looked very majestic. So yeah, saw plenty of stuff like that, which is always nice. And then I slept a good chunk of the next day, as you would. Tech-wise, what's really bit my backside a bit really was I lost all my notes. My iOS and Mac notes that sync across all my devices. Now, none of it's super important. Yes, there's some bits on there I'd rather not lose any of it, but there's some bits on there that I could have done without losing, but it's not anything serious. The main reason I used notes was for saving the copyright waivers for YouTube music. That was the main thing I used it for. Obviously I can get that back. It's just a matter of going and finding them all again. However, I would have to find the music again, because then I looked in iTunes and all the music that went with those links was also gone. Turns out, now, I thought it was all just to do with the Mac, because the Mac had played up. So but I managed to work around that and it was okay. And then my phone played up. Now my phone, I did a backup. Start that again. I did a refresh. I basically rebooted it all from a fresh update and everything. And that all worked fine. And then the Mac, because I couldn't find some clips, been having some problems with it lately, so I restarted it from Time Machine to a couple of days previous, and I assumed it was all to do with that, which it still could be. But then when I checked online for solutions and what have you, obviously, I mean, it's all lost now, it's gone. But I went online and had a look, because what happened was all my notes suddenly reappeared. Now I was ready for it because I had a feeling it would happen, and I went and select all and Command C. So I thought, right, I've filled it, I've got them all, now I just have to go and paste them all back in somewhere. As soon as I hit the Command C, they all disappeared. And then of course, because they disappeared, it meant that the share sheet couldn't then use them because it had nothing to actually technically copy. 7 of the notes reappeared. So anyway, I went and checked online, went through all the forums and stuff like that, and I even went through the official Apple forum for it. And lo and behold, there was no official answer from Apple on the matter. But basically, it's down to a fault in the cloud. It's an iCloud fault that seems to occur sporadically to different people. Other people have had exactly the same problem and only got a few notes back or something like that. So, but anyway, it's I'll get by. It's just rather annoying. So, but notes seems to have caused some problems for other people in the past. So anyway, there was 1 or 2 things that I would have rather not lost, but hey ho, I can live with it. So yeah, but anyway, I'm going to go in, and I think I'm having chicken and chips anyway. I've got a chicken, so, and as you all know, I've got plenty of potatoes. Anyway, what are you two? Oh, that's right, they're going to be barking next door, so they're in here looking at the back door, but I ain't letting them out because all they do is bark. Anyway, so I've got all my chips cut, chicken's in the oven, so it's just a matter of waiting now, be about an hour or so, something like that. Oh, Pepper, enough. Pepper and Fred, there you go, you're now in the vlog, okay? But you always act like you didn't want to be anyway, don't you? Eh? Don't you? Yeah. Blooming dogs. Oh dear. Used to have these on and off, you know. I used to get, what was it, 2? No, 3? You could get 6 for £3, I think it was, something like that. And then what they've done is they've taken the offer away, but that offer was there, for as long as I can remember. Over a year that offer's been on, and now all of a sudden you're paying 69p each for them. But the wife likes them, so that's why we get them. But yeah, it's just been a bit mad with the kids here. You know, we had the grandkids. They turned up 4 o'clock yesterday. We've had them through the night and what have you. The youngest one's very ill. She's teething, full of cold, and it's all, you know, if you've had kids, you know the struggle's real. But yeah, it's I need a shave desperately as well. I just can't be bothered, to be honest. It's but no. So anyway, the Mac seems to be all right now. Other than I've got no notes, but well, I've got the 7 that didn't go missing, and I've added a few since. Like, but I suppose I'm just going to have to be more wary now with, because every now and then you would come across one where I haven't forgotten to copy and paste the all the attributions and what have you. So then I would have to do a search on the track that I'd put in, either that or change the track. So I've now trained myself to, as I'm as I'm allowing all the rendering to finish ready for export, I then go on and check my notes to make sure I've got the attributions for that track. If they're not there, then I go and find them online. But although I did get hit by one the other week, which hence I did a re-upload a couple of weeks back, I think, and that was all just down to, you know, I had all the right attributions for it and everything, but it's obviously well after its upload or whatever, then they've decided to turn around and take take their allowance of you using it away. So I got hit with it, well, not a copyright strike, but basically a claim. But I don't see why they should be able to make money off other people's videos. I think it's wrong. So hence I just deleted the video, and I still had all the stuff because it hit so quick. Everything was still in Final Cut, so all I did was I changed the music track. Simple as that. So, you know, I'm not gonna give my hard work away for nothing like that. So, but anyway, it's all over and done with now. So that's what I do from now on. You know, I just don't think it's right. They're just trolling for free money, in my opinion. Don't give them the pleasure. Anyway, I'm going to go off and do a few bits. So, chicken and chips went down well. I'm stuffed though. I think I had 2 chicken legs, pile of chips and some gravy as well, so well stuffed to say the least. Don't know why the boiler's ticking over. I've turned it off. Must just be running the, you know, cooling itself down sort of thing. But yeah, it's been quite a weekend. But then, when isn't it around here, eh? Just I've already started putting the rest of this on the Mac. Got this to do now. But oh, does anybody else tried the free version of, oh, what do they call it? Colour grading software. Resolve, that's it. DaVinci Resolve in it. I've tried the free version a couple of times now. Because I tried the actual app download from the Mac App Store, and it just crashes immediately. You click open, gone. It just doesn't even open the app. So I downloaded it direct from DaVinci's website, and that's not much better. That you can get it to start to open, and you get to where you can sort of sign in and what have you, set up an account, and it just crashes. It's yeah, I don't know. I just thought I'd try and play around with it a little bit, but it's not having any of it. So I don't know whether it's just my Mac that's a little old for it, or what really. But you know, you can't get any answers either. You know, you look around on the web and that, and it's like under, you know, you look at the reviews on the app, and it's all like crashes straight away. That's all you read right the way through. So, but I mean, the paid version is phenomenally priced, so they won't be getting any money out of me, not unless they can prove their worth by, you know, the actual app working. But obviously you want to try before you buy, don't you, with stuff like that. You know, I think it's 200-300 quid, 200 quid, I can't remember, it's something like that. It's quite pricey. So yeah, it's, I don't know. You know, you get these ideas and you think, oh, I'll have a few minutes there, I'll go off and do this or something like that. And it doesn't happen. There's always something that stops you. But yeah, back to work anyway tomorrow. Don't know if I've got another job away or not. Just another one north of London that doesn't take that long. But we'll see what happens. Who was it? GoPro have like relaunched the Karma, because, you know, back in November they launched it. It was only a short time later that there was a major problem with it. They were literally dropping out of the sky. So people were having like serious problems with them. And they did a recall, and big up to GoPro, they recalled, I think, about, well, everything, the whole lot. And I think it was something like 25,000 cameras or something like that, which is a lot. But yeah, they got recalled, and it turned out that it wasn't anything particularly sinister. It was actually the battery latch. And what was happening was it was shaking loose in flight, and they were losing power basically and dropping out of the sky. But so anyway, it's relaunched now, but at the minute they're only relaunching in the US to limited numbers, which you can understand. You know, I'd be a bit thingy about it. You know, it's because it's a lot of money into it. You know, I mean, I think a full kit by the time you've added a camera, I think is about 1,200–1,300 quid in this country, something like that. Quite a lot of money. I mean, it's different, isn't it? Because you've got a gimbal and everything all in. It's all encompassing. So you've got this handheld gimbal that then slides into the drone and everything. You know, but I know you can buy. I think if you had a GoPro Hero 4 onwards, it would work with it. So you didn't actually have to buy it with a camera. You could just buy the kit for only about £800 or £900, something like that. So it was like cheaper than a DJI. But the minute you put the camera on it, it's coming back up towards the price of, you know, like a DJI Phantom 4 or something like that. And of course they've got the Phantom 4 Pro out now, haven't they? I know people are still complaining that they haven't got their cameras, not their cameras, their Mavics. They still haven't all arrived yet. I think you're still looking at 28 days from the Apple Store, because obviously the Apple Store stock their stuff as well. So, but yeah, anyway guys, I'm going to call it a day here. I'm pretty shattered. I'm going to go and get this finished and take my bins out, get ready for work tomorrow, and hop into bed maybe, or I'll just curl up with some YouTube videos. See how long I last. So, as usual guys, do take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers guys, see you.